Hey guys, welcome back. It is Four Towers Films, and
Duck 218.
forgive us, we're still under the weather. We're getting better though, so bear with us if we don't sound 100%.
Yes, especially.
It is Big Brother Canada, season number 7, episode 22. We are nearing the end. There's only 7 people left, and as you guys already know, the double eviction is Thursday's episode, which is tonight.
But they don't know that.
They don't know that yet, but we know that. So it'll be interesting. It's going to be an interesting ride to see what's going to happen, basically. So the episode starts off with the usual recap of the HOH comp and Adam winning HOH over Anthony, and basically the whole conversation of trying to keep up the ruse about the war between Adam and Anthony and the fact that they both want each other out over anybody else in the house, and everybody wants Mark out of the house, and they're still trying to protect the whole Pretty Boy Alliance, even though technically there's only 3 other people left in the house outside the Pretty Boys now. So at this point, we're kind of like, why bother? But, I know Dan at least is trying to secure his jury votes by still protecting this line, especially with Esty.
Well, I'm sorry, but I gotta chime in with these. At least playing the game.
Oh, yeah.
Far enough in advance, he knows he needs every jury vote he can get. And why, okay, I'm gonna have a couple people that are ticked off with me on jury. Why do I need to add to that number?
True. Although we have noticed before that other juries, even if they've been angry or upset about how they've been voted out, they'll still vote for the one they think played the best.
Yeah, they'll respect
So,
the
I mean,
gameplay.
really, out of the ones who are left, that kind of is Dan. If you think about it, I mean, no matter what you think of him, he has played pretty much the best game in the house.
And the thing is, there's not an ounce of blood on this guy.
Not that they know of. Like, there is, but it's kind of been like he himself hasn't really taken anybody out, like, really. But if you think about it, he's really kind of convinced everybody else to put up who he wants out without actually having to do it himself.
It's that, oh, I have blood on my hands.
Right. But I'm going to make it look like it was you. I mean, he's very good at convincing people that he's not lying and to do what he wants, basically. So, that's why he's pretty much playing one of the best games in there. I mean, he has won when he's had to, and he's not won when he's had to. He's lost when he's had to.
So he's kept his, almost a win-loss and a kind of a good balance.
Right.
Of stuff.
Well, because and he knows that winning Big Brother's not always just about winning competitions. It is about your social game and strategy. And he really has a good mix of both, really. Better than really anyone else in that house, if you think about it. So, they're still talking about this. And then Adam doesn't really want to be, like they're saying, for example, Damien or Esty wins POV. Adam thinks they're going to have to put Mark up. He goes, he doesn't want to because they always said they wouldn't put up the Pretty Boys. But he's like, I can't put up Kira because kind of the same thing like with Dane. He possibly lose her vote. That's her vote, and that's her person. That's his person. So
then the idea is we've talked about this, and all of a sudden I'm back now.
Right. It wouldn't make sense because they're saying the whole point is to protect the whole alliance. And if I've said I want Mark out, and suddenly I don't put Mark out, well, gee, that just blows up all of our games, I mean, really, like, although we were talking about this last night, we really don't know how none of the people left in the house catch on to this because the 4 of them go and talk a lot on their own. Supposedly Adam and Mark don't like each other and they're at odds a lot, yet here they are, 4 of them all conspiring in that little bathroom area of the HOH a lot. I mean, like, Kira will walk in or Esty or somebody else, and the 4 of them are all like sitting around, like, and it looks like they're conspiring, but nobody catches on. I mean, I don't know. Even Kira said when at one point she had talked to Dane when they're outside in the hot tub area, she said to them, I thought you guys were making a Final Four deal. They did on day 1. But it's just amazing to me that they
Well,
miss the clues.
I think now why they kind of had to include her because she's one of the only ones,
And they
really,
kind of need her vote.
and they need her
They
vote.
kind of need her vote, especially if they want to put a mark up.
So
So
it's,
they kind of have, they don't tell her everything, but they kind of
Tell
need
her,
her at this point. Or else Mark will go home because there'd be 3 of them voting. Well, technically, be 2 of them voting out Mark. It's like, it would actually be a split if they didn't get Kira on board to vote the other way. Like to vote Esty out. But if they got Mark up on the block. So it goes into POV. And the only one not chosen is Anthony. And he gets to play host.
I have to admit though, he did look good.
Oh yeah.
He did look good.
Basically the POV was like they were like miners and they had these broken tracks and they had to repair the tracks as a puzzle with the ties, and they had to fit them in, and they only went in one way, and they only one tie went per section in that exact section. So they had to get that right, and then they had like a gold cart, and they had to hold themselves by rope and pick these gold pieces, and was again a puzzle. And some of them didn't fit, and some of them did, and they only fit one way, and they had to stack them up, and that there's about 11 pieces they had to stack up the gold.
Yeah.
So they're all going, and Damon's like, I hate puzzles. I can't do puzzles.
Please, please.
I need to win
I need to win this.
so that our plan goes forward. I can take myself off the block. I don't have to rely on somebody else to do it because he's not 100% sure that Adam will do what he says he's going to do and take him off the block. So they're going, and it's really almost neck and neck with
Damien and Kira.
Damien and Kira. And Kira wants to win something too. For once,
Well, she's also kind of, I'm not too sure about things.
Right.
Except I have the POV that
I won't go up.
I won't go up.
Like he won't change his mind, put me up instead, or somebody won't convince him to put me up, basically. So they're neck and neck, and for a while, Kira, they're like literally neck and neck, and then Kira takes the lead for a bit. Then Damien figures out his puzzle, and then they're basically,
it's a battle to
it's
the
really a
finish.
battle to the finish. And then at one point, Kira picks the wrong gold, and Damien takes the lead. So Damien ends up winning POV.
Oh, but the poor girl, though.
Oh.
Until she had to figure out her,
She was standing,
and she
turn.
pulled too hard, and she
And
went,
she flipped out the back.
and it was a hard landing.
Oh yeah, she wasn't hurt, but she could have been.
Oh, so
But the other, the guys were standing, but Esty was sitting, which makes sense because they're smaller, and obviously they don't have the same kind of upper body strength the guys do. So it makes more sense to sit. So they did.
So the big D
Damien
wins
was
it.
POV.
The big D won it.
So he's happy, and everybody there's at one point they're all out in the 3 of them, Esty, Damien, and Dane, are out in the where the hot tub is, and as like, none of us going home this week, yay, because they really believe that this plan is to get Mark out. However, Adam's now questioning, should we really put up Mark? Like, what can we do, kind of thing. Because we always said we wouldn't put up another pretty boy, or even though Mark did. And so they're talking about it, and they're like, that's the only way to sell this story is to put him up, really. Or else everybody's going to know they're lying, and it's going to expose the pretty boy
Of
lines.
course.
Meanwhile, Anthony and Mark are talking in the blue bedroom, and they're like, Mark's like, well, why am I having to go up? Why can't Dane go up? And hello, why can't Anthony go up? He hasn't even been on the block once yet.
Oh, exactly.
Nobody thinks Anthony though. But anyway, so he's like, I don't want them determining. I want us to be in the final two. I want the ones who actually play the game and ones who are actually doing. Anthony and Mark are talking, but they want to be the final two. They want to play with people who are actually playing the game and not like have like Adam and Dane dictate how they're gonna play and like just kind of. They think they're gonna turn on them and kind of kick them out. Well, that's kind of what they're plotting too. So
It's
you know,
just I'm sorry, Adam and Dane seem to be taking the first shot.
well, yes and no. Like I think it's really why he thought of putting up Mark is because they've been taught like Mark put Adam up, and so it makes sense he retaliate basically, right? So Anthony and Mark come up with the idea of trying to convince Adam to put up Dane instead. So he goes and they're all sitting up in the HOH room and talking about it, and they're basically saying, why not Dane go up? Because look at it this way, you won't have you're worried about Estes' vote, and Dane basically said that already, that he was worried about Estes' vote, and that if you go up, you wouldn't have to worry about voting her out because you're on the bottom side, you can't vote, and then you're okay, you still have Estes' vote, and you haven't broken your word to her.
Well, Dane goes, okay, look, if it makes everyone happy, I'll volunteer to go up.
Right, because he can tell Mark doesn't really want to go up, and Dane has volunteered before to go up. Like not that he likes, but he knows, he trusts them, that he knows he has the votes to stay. He knows they won't vote him out because let's face it, if Damien would vote out Mark anymore. Well, the problem is he'd vote out Mark, but that's one vote. He figures he convinced Kira not to vote him out, and if it goes to a tie anyway, Adam gets the deciding vote anyway, so he knows it'd be okay. And actually, during this part, Mark figures he's going to try to kind of hedge bets somewhat, and he talks to Kira about the fact of maybe getting Dane put up, and then we should work together because I don't have anybody else in this house. I'm riding solo. We can work together. And of course, she believes all that. And he's like, who would you rather run with? Somebody who is a flip-flopper like Esty, and who runs to power, or me, who's proven I can be loyal. Okay. But anyway, and so he convinces her that he's sincere. So, during the whole conversation, when they're trying to convince Dane, she walks in. And then she says, are you talking? I'm like, no, come on in. And they fill her in on maybe putting Dane up. She goes, I thought you were going to put Mark up. And they said, well, this is why, And she goes, because of Estes' vote. She's pretty smart sometimes. And they're like, yeah. And she goes, okay, well, yeah. And I think it's Mark says, what do you think about this as a final five? And she goes, I'm in, that's great. So they all make a final five deal. And then, so they all leave except for Anthony, I think, and Adam.
No.
Or Anthony and Mark. But they're at the end. Well, that was easier than we thought. So that's kind of the idea at that point, is to put Dane up. Dane starts thinking about it. He's like, wait a minute, why am I going up? Why is Mark all of a sudden one, not trusting us to keep him, and it kind of wrecks the whole story. And even Adam said that it doesn't make sense for him to put Dane up. Why would he put up his own ally, somebody he hasn't had an issue with the whole game, and all of a sudden he puts him up? It doesn't make any sense.
So Adam and Dane go, maybe this is the best time to actually take the
shot at Mark and take him out. Will they? I don't know, but
so
wouldn't be a bad idea.
And right on cue, who comes out? Miss Kira. And it's like, look, here's the change. It's us three.
Right. The three of us run, and they say to Kira, It doesn't make sense
No.
to put up Dane just because Mark's balking. Because the whole thing is that Mark and Adam don't get along.
And everything's hinged on this, perpetuating this story.
Nobody's going to believe it. And Kara goes, well, yeah, basically it didn't make sense to suddenly switch to Dane, and it didn't. So they agreed. The three of them are going to run to the end. And Adam goes, now we're going to put Mark out.
And then they're like, now we shut up about it. Don't say anything else. Okay?
And we won't tell anybody that's what we're going to do. That this is what we're happening. That's what's going to happen.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how this all washes out in tonight's episode.
Definitely. So POV ceremony comes up. Of course, Damien takes him off the block.
Without hesitation.
Well, of course. And he goes, there's a plan set in motion, and now
let's get her done.
Let's get it done. And Adam gets up and he says, thank you, Damien, for allowing us to do this plan. And he nominates Mark. So it's Mark and Esty on the block. As it stands right now, as of this point, unless they change their minds, which, who knows, I think it would be a good idea for them to take the shot, but somehow I doubt they will, because I think right now it's going to be Esty that they're going to vote out, and Damon will probably be the other one voting to keep her. But even so, it would still be up to Adam to and I mean, if he really wants to take the shot, I don't know if he will at this point, but we'll see.
It all depends on how strong he feels his game is, and see, what they don't realize is that there's another eviction.
They don't know it's a double eviction, no. So they will once the first person's evicted, but they don't know it's a double eviction as of yet. We know that. And that's really what's going to change the dynamics, is who wins that second HOH. So that'll be interesting to see in what they'll do with it.
Now, here's where it would be funny in the double eviction if Damien wins the next HOH.
And then who would he target? That's the thing, because you really will only have
the boys
and Kira.
Esty
will be gone.
That's it.
That's what I think. I don't think they'll keep.
We'll have to wait and see.
Well, we'll see. We'll see tonight's the eviction episode. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and the notification button's over. Well, it depends on which way you have your mobile. Take care, guys, and we'll let you know who got evicted in the double eviction. See you then. Bye.